Hi, it's Heidi Sawyer. I had an amazing opportunity to spend some evening sessions with a group of extremely motivated, intuitive, sensitive people. These are people who are driven to understand the deeper meaning and purpose of their life. During these sessions, I took them along a 7-step proven path that I have walked myself and helped many others do the same. That I've done with incredible results. I'm sorry you couldn't be there, but I hope this is the next best thing. These are excerpts from the live events. Here they are. Enjoy, and I hope more importantly that you do something with them for your life moving forward. Thank you for listening. So all of you will internalize the pain of what I call the broken vase. Okay? So if you imagine that everybody's inner world contains a porcelain vase, and it's a prized vase that you protect, that everybody protects. You could call it, to a certain degree, a level of vulnerability. So your porcelain vase is your vulnerability, okay? Most people spend their entire life trying to guard their vase, that nothing comes within a radius of it that could knock it off, that could damage it, that the vase is to remain perfect. Okay, that if something comes too close to it, it could damage it or break it. Okay, so how do they use that? They use denial, as an example. They also use anger, and they also use projection, okay, in order to protect their vase, their porcelain vase. So if you bring up something, and you're very used to it, if you bring up something that is a truth, that would put a person into a feeling of vulnerability, what do? They literally guard their vase with a vengeance, okay, when really all you're doing is just highlighting something that would be helpful, okay? So you have an unguarded vase, okay? So for you to be an intuitive sensitive, your vase is unguarded. Okay, so you have a porcelain vase, but it's left exposed to a certain degree. And the truth is that your vase, at some point or another in your life, has been knocked over. Okay, your vase, your porcelain vase, has crashed at some point. Okay, and for some, it's a case that it's been smashed to pieces. Okay, so your thing that you have been protecting, or that everybody seeks to protect through their life, has been broken. It has been smashed, either through circumstance or the feeling that someone has literally come into your world, invaded it to the extent where they just picked up your vase and they threw it on the floor. Okay, does that make sense? Who's familiar with that kind of feeling? Okay. So within this, we have two choices. Okay, so within the fact that there is a broken vase, we have two choices. We can lament over the broken vase. We can go, my vase is smashed. Oh my God, life is never going to be the same again. I can't recover from this, that kind of thing. Okay, we can go into that. Or we can rebuild our vase. And out of the rebuild comes a crafting of a new piece. Okay, so it becomes something that it's not only rebuilt, but anything that is missing, any pieces that you can't find or put back together, you replace with either clear or coloured glass. Okay, so you're crafting something new. Now, what happens with that rebuild is that rebuilt vase catches the light, it sparkles differently, and it sparkles something a lot brighter than the original porcelain vase. Okay, does that make sense? When we have a smashed vase and it's been smashed and we've rebuilt it, we feel less inclined to spend our lives guarding it. Why? Because we know if someone else comes along and smashes it, we'll just rebuild it so it sparkles brighter. And if there is a perfect vase, sat next to it is something that has been crafted and put together, and it's got other things as part of that. Which of the two do you think is more interesting? Are you going to want to hang around, the guarded vase? Or are you going to want to connect with something that was once that piece, but it has been crafted into something different and something new? The issue is that you still see yourself at times as the broken vase, rather than having the realization that you've been busy rebuilding that and thinking that there are bits missing that you can't replace. You haven't utilized a different tool to make it sparkle brighter. Okay? Do you see? So, you know, therefore, as I said earlier, that however many times it's broken, you do have the skill and you have the self-belief to rebuild what has been crushed. You're made of seriously strong stuff. When you know full well that when you're pushed up against the wall on something, you come out of there fighting, and you come out of there as a much stronger person than you went in. That you have a wisdom that other people don't have because you've had to craft a vase. And you know that you can do it even though you haven't realized that's what you've been doing, and you haven't quite finished your vase. Okay? Does that make sense? That you're working on a masterpiece. Okay? So what mind management is, it's the rebuilding of the broken vase. For more great free content designed to support your purchase of my book, Highly Intuitive People, 7 Right Brain Traits to Change the Lives of Intuitive Sensitive People, please visit finallyfeelunderstood.com. There you can subscribe and download for free the meditations specific to today's episode. If you have already read the book, then it's time for you to receive exclusive access and support from me and your fellow intuitive sensitives as we go deeper together along this proven 7-step path by joining us in my monthly membership program called Heidi's Circle. There you can ask me anything in a safe and private environment, and I will answer you live. Join us today by visiting healmyinnerworld.com.